Ladies and gentlemen,
let's rock.
This is FanStream Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Ah, yes. Welcome into the Colby Sapp IndyCarTim Show. I swear to God, I almost said Colby's mystery shotgun and totally just dive-bombed this thing right off the top.
Do over.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't have to because I didn't say it wrong. I just admitted to what my brain was trying to offer my tongue as words. How you doing?
Your tongue.
That's right. I am Colby Sapp, and in there, in the room that has the microphone with the beard and the bald head, it is one IndyCar Tim. What's up, Tim?
Colby, it's hot outside.
It is hot outside. My car said 105.
Mine said 109 on the way here. That's just inhumane.
I saw a guy actually passing me on the tollway service road. There was like four guys. They're all riding crotch rockets, and one of them was in front with a Ninja.
Okay.
Had him a Ninja.
Used to have a Ninja.
And of course I got over and let the four guys pass by, and one of the guys that was on his bike, in the back of his waist strap there was the handle to his pistol. Oh. And I'm thinking, it's hot enough outside to ignite that magazine and just have all those go off in your butt. Which, by the way, that's probably the title of tonight's episode, is "Go Off in Your Butt." Because
is now.
We'd like to take random quotes from the episode and then make that into the show title. So when you go to watch this later, that's the reason why it's titled this. So
I'm changing it right now on YouTube.
The FanStream Sports text line, by the way, 214-937-0569. We'd also like to say hello to our friends over here on Kick. We are now there along with every place else that we can be. I had a buddy who's a streamer, by the way. If you're catching me, you have an opportunity also later after we're done, to catch It's Bald. Look him up, and you can go there and catch him gaming. And you just might, be lucky enough to see me sparing it up on the old Warzone there, teaming up with him. So good luck finding that. Or actually seeing me do well, because, I just don't do well in that format of a game. But that's beside the point. Speaking of not doing well, I have found a video.
Oh, Lord.
Via the TikTok. By the way, what are we going to call our kickers? The people that watch us. Are we going to call them the goalies? The people that watch kicks?
I don't want any reference to soccer anywhere near this show.
I think I liked my idea I just had right then.
Kickers?
Yeah, no, goalies.
Goalies?
We'll just call them the goalies because they watch us on Kick.
Why can't we just say our kickers? That's kind of a football reference.
You like that better?
Our Vanderjacks.
I don't know, man. Idiot kickers.
Our Dan Baileys.
Right?
Our Efren Herreras.
Efren Herrera. If you had Efren Herrera on your Colby Sapp IndyCarTim bingo card, you effing win. Right? You don't have to fill in any of the other bingo card. If Efren Herrera was in the bottom left corner of your bingo card, you now win. But Tim, I know, and if you haven't listened to us, then you wouldn't know this, but let me explain. Tim has problems crossing his foods over to other foods.
I do.
He has such a problem with it that dipping Oreos into milk seems like an utter sin to him.
It is disgusting.
I found something that has a good chance of maybe right here on the podcast, right in front of you, if you're watching the video and not one of our millions of downloaders, by the way, hello to you. Mm-hmm. Take advantage of that FanStream Sports text line to communicate with us. But if you're not one of them and you're viewing us, then you might actually have the opportunity to see Tim throw up. Congratulations.
Thinking
to
about
you.
it right now, just contemplating this video.
But Tim, you mind playing that video real quick?
Here we go.
And we see what happens when you mix hash browns and an Oreo McFlurry.
I can't even listen to you say that, but here we go.
So many of y'all have tagged me in this. So
What?
we are having the hash brown McFlurry at, what time is it? Oh,
It's got a name.
It's almost lunchtime.
This woman needs to be shot.
For some reason, I'm a little disgusted, but like, we'll run with it.
Yeah, we all are.
Erica can't wait to try this.
I like them.
Shut up, Erica.
Separate entities.
Same.
At different times of the day.
I don't think she's Erica.
It was the person that made it, right?
Her. Right. The Oreo McFlurry is good if the ice cream machine is actually. Do you hear that crunch?
Look at it dripping.
And now you've ruined both hash browns.
The look on her face.
That's bothering
That
me
is
more
so
than anything.
unbelievably good.
Shut up.
She went in for
Oh.
second bite.
Like, I want to eat the whole.
Look at it dripping. Put a napkin under it.
I hear it hitting a paper something, so maybe that's the bag or something it's hitting.
I forgot the girl's name who created this. But I love
Dude,
you.
I'm about to lose my lunch right now. Colby, that is disgusting.
So it's the hash brown or McFlurry or the
Hash brown McFlurry.
man.
And if you've ever had hash browns at McDonald's, they're freaking hot.
Yes, they are.
That will melt that McFlurry quickly. You better hurry.
You better hurry. You better be in a real McFlurry hurry. But I don't know, Tim. What I
No.
can tell you what I think about that.
Are you going to try this?
I've got a little bit before my next cut as I'm now efforting to just F it and put on more pounds because I'd like to be bigger, muscular.
I'll just give you some of mine.
I don't know that's how that works because if that's how it worked, then I would have made everybody around me just a little bit fatter instead of going through all that I did to cut
Right.
weight. But yeah, I'll definitely try that. I'll have one with you.
There's no way, dude.
I'll have one with you. I will have one with you while watching Raising Arizona.
I'm in. It's worth it. Wait, we have to eat the whole half or
Yes!
just a bite?
No. You got to eat the thing.
All right. I'll
Yep.
do it. If you'll watch Raising Arizona, I will do it. How are we going to bring hot hash browns and a McFlurry up here to the studio to get it all on camera, though, while we're watching Arizona?
You know what? We can do the whole car situation.
That's right.
I can just play the Raising Arizona on my phone because
right.
my phone opens up to be the size of a normal television screen.
Back in my day.
Yeah. And we will use your phone to videotape record. You can't call videotaping if you're using a phone, though.
I know, I still do. Hey, will you videotape this? What's a videotape?
But yeah, so we'll get that out there at some point. I'm sure there's a McDonald's close enough around here
There is.
when we're here more often than in just 2 days a week. Which, by the way, that's coming a little bit sooner than one would think. Just so hold on to your butts as you get more Colby Sapp and IndyCar. I know you can't believe it. I know you don't
It's
understand.
gonna be more.
It's going to be more. I don't know if it's going to be better, but it's going to be more. Congratulations. You should pat yourself on the back or butt if if that makes you feel any better. Can we get that instead of patting yourself on the back? Can we get it to where
Pat yourself on the butt?
you just pat yourself on the butt?
I think we just did.
All right. That's changed.
We just started that.
You just feel like you're doing a good job. Just, one cheek up and just.
I mean, I may do that a lot anyway. I like my butt.
Right. And now you have to realize though when you fire one cheek up, it's not to always let gas go now because that's usually the universal sign to the people that are around you when you're sitting on a couch and one cheek goes up. It's trying to squeeze out the duck on a motorcycle. Quack.
Colby, I also have a video I'd like to share with you while we're talking about food.
All right, hit me from in there.
There is a new item on the Burger King menu in Thailand.
Is it
In
got both indoor and outdoor plumbing?
Bangkok, Thailand.
Okay.
Now, it's got its own disgusting level. And I'm not sure of the premise here,
Okay.
but they call it the real cheeseburger because there's no meat, yet there's 20 slices of American cheese in between two buns.
Oh.
Would you like to take a look at the video?
I would like to take a look at the video.
Take a gander at that here on FanStream Sports.
What?
That's all it is. 2,200 calories, Colby.
Of course it does.
There's no condiments. It's literally bread and cheese. $3.
$3. $3 to get your basically your whole daily allowance in calories in one sandwich.
Look, I love American cheese. I do. It's one of my favorite kinds of cheese.
How?
But that's courtesy from USA. By the way, those that are listening and not watching, you're not going to understand anything that happened. But there's literally two like Whopper buns, right? Sesame seeds and all, and 20 slices of American cheese in between. And that's it.
And it's not melted, by the way. It's not.
Nope.
They're not melted. It's not like the greatest grilled cheese you've ever seen. They look cold. So it's now. I could take a bite of that, but I've already got the hiccups even thinking about eating the whole damn thing, just because of after eating that, how long I need to put this Allen wrench away. I'm just twiddling.
Playing with it?
Yeah, just twiddling. I'm not going to have fingertips left. Yeah, I'm going to spend a lot of time trying to work that out of my system at some point. It's going to be slow and then quick all at the same time. It's not going to be great. That would be a mandatory public stall.
That would plug you up so fast.
Well, but of course, lactose intolerant, it does both. It's plug-in and raining at the same time. It's not fun.
I'm out on that. And we'll do the other one. I'm not trying that. I'll try the McFlurry hash brown, though.
Well, the McFlurry hash brown's going to do the same to me anyway, so.
Because of the McFlurry part, huh?
Yeah, the McFlurry part.
Plug. We need to do it right before a show.
Right. I will Johnny Gerber or Gani Gerber that whole episode. All right.
Pass.
Yeah. No. Sorry, guys. We got to take a small break. I'll be back next week
If you're lucky.
if I'm lucky. So
Jesus.
there's your food greatness for today, as you've offered something that you thought was not going to be outdone until I came in and was like, no, you have to play this video. So
I don't know which one's worse.
I think
the cheese one is worse.
The cheese one is worse. Just because it's cold slices of cheese. Would I take a bite of that? Yes. Would I enjoy the bite? I don't know. I'm thinking I will enjoy the hash brown McFlurry.
See, I know I won't enjoy it, but to me it sounds better than and look, I enjoy cheese. Every once in a while I've got a hankering for a slice of American cheese. I go to my fridge. I always have it in my house because I cook with it. I make cheese toast sometimes for breakfast. I put it on my burgers when I grill them. All of this good stuff is always in my house. And I'm not talking about the Kraft singles and the plastic wraps.
Okay.
I'm talking about like deli American cheese.
Oh, so you went.
It's all I can eat.
You went farther than like Sargento. You were like, no, hey.
Yeah.
I need you to go back to that log that was given to you.
Yeah, slice it up.
Yeah, give me that.
That's what I have to have. And dude, sometimes I'll go just peel one off and I'll bedtime snack or whatever. I'll have a couple of slices of American cheese. Not 20 at the same time.
Plus, well, the other side of it is if that's like, your actual processed American cheese situation, if that's your Kraft singles that's there in that, they have different texture than the one that you're talking about.
Oh, they do. And it's terrible. I can't eat that stuff.
I actually can and prefer that. On my grilled cheese, I prefer those.
Oh, no, I can't. I hate it. And when I make a grilled cheese, I put about 5 different kinds of cheese. I go to the store. I get some Munster. I get my American. I'll get some sharp cheddar. maybe some Gruyere, just whatever I can find sliced at the time, and I'll put
Right.
it all together.
No, I put other stuff with it, but you need the mozzarella and the American cheese, the processed American
Provolone.
cheese, to get that nice pull, and then all the rest of it's just for taste. You want that cheese pull.
Mark.
You could have already named. We named the next show. It's going to be the cheese pull.
Cheese pull.
It's just going to be a tight picture of my crotch as the cover. That's
what she said.
There you go. Tim.
Yes, sir.
What day is it?
I am so glad you asked. By the way, I have to apologize to everybody on Monday's show. I kept referring to it as June 10th. Because I went back and I listened, as I often do, and I'm like, why did I keep saying? Because I'm looking at the word July right now on the website, and for some reason, like twice, I said June 10th.
Huh.
So I apologize to everyone who I screwed up your month.
Right.
Today is July 12th, Colby. And if you don't already know this, you're living under a rock, but it's Amazon Prime Day.
It is.
Did you Prime out today?
I did not. I just didn't.
Because every day is Amazon Prime Day for me because I have Amazon Prime.
I just wait. Okay. I just wait on ordering things. I'm like this. When I need something, that's when I order it. I don't wait for it to go on special. It's like, because I let things reach to the point to where it needs to be here like tomorrow.
Yep, me too. It is also National Simplicity Day. I don't think it's the movie.
Okay, or Multiplicity.
Or Multiplicity. I hated that movie, by the way. I think that's the only Michael Keaton movie I didn't like.
No, there's no way you can hate Multiplicity.
I didn't like it. It was confusing. I never knew which Michael Keaton I was looking at.
Most of them were the same guy except for the stupid one.
I like the stupid one.
The stupid one was hilarious.
It is also National Battle of the Boyne Day.
What?
No, I did. Not Battle of the Bone, but Boyne. It commemorates the Battle of the Boyne, which they're showing pictures of cannons and muskets, so it might be a Revolutionary War battle. I have no idea.
They really messed up naming that one.
They did. It's National Etch-a-Sketch Day.
I hate those things.
I was about to ask you, when's the last time you played with an Etch-a-Sketch?
It was always like, because I never actually had one myself that was brand new out of the box. It was
okay.
I picked like an Etch-a-Sketch up at like a garage sale or something, so it smelled like 3-day-old chicken and stuff. And then you try and use it, and some of it wouldn't work. And then you shake it, and like some of the lines wouldn't leave either. But I really like to doodle, and I thought this will be great. I can just doodle all the time, and then I won't have to. No, it sucks.
Dude, I loved Etch-a-Sketch when I was a kid. I got to be a pro, man. I could draw the Taj Mahal if I had to. I was badass.
Well, I guess
It's the only thing I was ever good at.
It's a great use of your talents there.
That's right. It is Lawyer's Day in Mexico.
Oh, F that. I mean,
if you're an attorney, then F you.
Right. Or not unless you'd like to.
That's your sponsor.
Unless you're a sponsor.
It is National Different Colored Eyes Day.
So mutants. It's National Mutant Day.
David Bowie.
Max
Scherzer. I mean, I think I've known some in the past, but
right.
It's called heterochromia iridium,
which is it's a mutation.
Oh, they really are mutants then.
Yes, they really are mutants.
Wow. Well, do they have powers?
Apparently, they can throw a baseball really good or sing.
Right. Or one of them can.
Right.
It is also National Eat Your Jell-O Day. What's your favorite Jell-O, Colby?
My favorite Jell-O is it's just got to be your cherry, right?
Mine's whatever flavor has the Everclear in it out of the freezer in a little cup.
You mean your Jell-O shot?
Yes, I do. That is the only proper use of Jell-O that I can think of in this world. Or if you just had like your tonsils taken out.
I'm gonna be honest. I've had plenty of Jell-O shots and made with apparently the most potent things you could put in a Jell-O shot, and I have never really felt a whole lot off of.
No, you can't just get drunk. I mean, you could probably, but they got number one. They got to have Everclear. You don't put vodka in a Jell-O shot because then you'll really never taste it. If you don't make a funny face when you take a Jell-O shot, there's not the right thing in it.
Okay.
It is National Hair Creators Day.
We need a couple of those for this show. just to stand around and just go, poof, you got hair.
Create some hair for us.
Yeah.
I want to do my hair different this show. Let's call her hair creator. Sergio is the national hair creator of FanStream Sports.
Why did you have you didn't even like say that was Sergio's voice. You just, in order to talk to Sergio, you had to talk like that.
That's because that's how Sergio likes me to talk to him.
Okay.
He requested it.
I'm
Colby.
sure a lot of Sergios out there just like cringing. It's like, I just never want to hear you talk like that ever again.
Sorry, Sergio. It is National Pecan Pie Day.
Love pecan pie.
I love me a good pecan pie. You like it with ice cream, or I just like it by itself? Again, I'm into the mixing food things. I don't eat ice cream on pie.
I don't usually do a la mode pies. I will slap some Cool Whip on it.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's acceptable. If you know anyone named Tyler, say Happy National Tyler Day to him.
Hi, Tyler.
This guy, though, in the picture representing National Tyler Day looks more like a Sergio, if you know what I mean.
I actually direct shout out to my only, I think the only Tyler that, man, if there's another one, I apologize. Tyler Daniel, what's up, dude?
It is the worst day possible because it's New Conversations Day.
I thought you were about to say New Converse Day, and it's like, that's not the worst day.
No, Converse are good.
A new conversation. So just striking up random conversations with people.
It says warm up your vocal cords as we get ready to make some conversation. I'd rather make some condensation.
On your...
My butt.
Hey!
Slapping the butt.
Slapping the butt.
It is Orangeman's Day.
Syracuse?
Well, that was my first thought, but they're talking about Irish Protestants. Unless that's where the Orangemen got their name in Syracuse.
Irish Protestants.
They're called Orangemen, apparently.
Because they're all gingers?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, I consider that, well, I guess there's some oranges, huh?
You just don't want to make them mad because you never want to see a ginger snap.
Had it ready that time. I was waiting for one. And then finally, Colby, today, we had this conversation before because we've both worked at grocery stores.
Yeah.
Today is National Paper Bag Day.
Again?
Save the world one paper bag at a time.
First of all, the one thing that I hate about, like, ordering your groceries and going to pick them up is that they will put your frozen in paper bags.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever noticed that. Maybe I did.
And I just put them in plastic bags. I'm being right there, man.
I'll be right there.
Dude.
That's weird. That's very weird. All right.
I just watched a commercial, by the way. It's total side note, but just watched a commercial where they replaced a chair and just used a grandma instead.
Like an alive grandma or one that's dead that rigor mortis said?
A live grandma. She was just acting like a chair in the chair spot. I don't know what the commercial was for, but then there was they sat stuff on grandma that you would put like in a chair.
You don't remember what it was for?
No, I don't. I was literally paying attention to what was coming out of my mouth, and I look up and there's grandma chair.
Yeah, I just Googled chair grandma commercial.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Now I'm getting chair lift commercial ads for grandma's chair that helps her ride up the stairs. By the way, I want one of those as soon as possible.
I just want one to malfunction like that. That was it, Gremlins.
That was so great.
It launched the dude out the second story of
Yes.
It's amazing.
That's awesome. All right, Colby, you ready?
Sure am. This is that segment where I go through all the people that have been born today, and I make a list of the people that are famous enough to be on my list out of the people that are born today, and I offer them to you, for me, Tim, and you as well, to decide who is the good person, who is the bad person, and who is the ugly person on this list. And we're starting off today with, there's going to be a few people on this, so don't go overboard on selecting your bad too quickly here, Tim.
All right.
But Patrick Beverly turns 35 years old today.
Should have been a Maverick.
Should have been. Also, he's ready to criticize anything that anybody else does besides Patrick Beverly.
That's right.
Julio Cesar Chavez is 61 years old today.
The boxer or the dictator?
The boxer.
Okay. Did you ever watch boxing? Mark.
Yeah, we'll need that for a question to just throw out randomly when you have a guest on instead of your mouth saying it. Just, did you ever watch boxing?
I just never watched boxing, man. I never got into it.
Yes. In fact, I've seen him fight before. So
The last boxer I can remember, I mean, other than like Mike Tyson, thinking I should watch boxing because this guy's really cool was Sugar Ray Leonard.
Okay.
Like when I was a kid, right? Like at early teens, because he was pretty famous. Right before Mike Tyson got famous. I was like, I should watch someone named Sugar Ray Leonard. Like, I'm a fan. I want a poster.
I love watching boxing probably more than I like watching MMA just because there's less chance of them rolling around on the floor and trying to tickle each other.
It's more technical, right?
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't get me wrong. MMA, I know there's strategery and all that. I just don't find it entertaining a lot unless there's two strikers sitting in the middle and they're just going to wail on each other.
Strategery.
I don't know. That was Chewy. That wasn't even a whale, but all right.
A Wookiee well.
Yeah. Coming up in news and notes, more whale talk. Turning 34 years old today. Man, he was a leg injury away from being your new starter of your Dallas Cowboys as a quarterback, but it still ended up burying this thing somehow anyway. And Kellen Moore.
Wow, yeah, he was. Thank God for that injury.
He was about to be it, man. We were about to not even know who Dak Prescott was.
Dang.
So
God, he's 34.
he is 34. And
He's going to die soon.
he's running his second NFL offense at the age of 34.
Into the ground.
We don't know that yet.
Yeah, I think we do.
Shady McCoy turns 35 years old. Talking about another guy that likes to razz. Go after
Never a
people.
fan, man. I was never a fan of his.
I was a fan of his fluidity of movement. I was not a fan of him playing.
Anybody with the nickname Shady, you just need to stay away from. Because it means he's probably sketchy. Probably should have called him Sketchy McCoy.
Sketchy McCoy.
Sketchy McGee. He's McCoy McGee.
I can't go with your Shady thing because every time I think of Shady, I just think of Slim Shady, which is Eminem, which is, yeah, I'm glad he was on this planet. I enjoy a lot of his music.
I like white rap.
Do you have to preface it like that?
Well, I don't like black rap. I only know two white rapists.
I don't think you should preface it like that.
Oh. Well, then how do you differentiate?
See, I don't think you've learned anything through time at all. As we all try to meld together and just become the human race, Tim is over there like, yeah, brother.
I did throw a brother out there. But it was out of context.
It was out of context.
Well, then maybe we should just get rid of all rap music then.
No, we shouldn't. I really do enjoy it. You know, just because you don't enjoy it doesn't mean it should be gotten rid of. It just means that you should not. It have to be, you don't listen to it.
When I'm king of the earth, I will do away with rap.
You know what's going to happen if you're king of the earth?
Revolt.
Well, if you end up being king of the earth, you realize that I'm going to have some kind of like responsibility over you to make sure you don't blow this MFer up, right?
You mean my court jester?
I mean, I'm going to be like, I don't know, your wise man or something that actually has to sign all the papers while you just...
Yeah. Well, I watch cartoons.
Right.
All right, I'll accept that.
I'm going to eat some lasagna and watch the Looney Tunes. All right, cool. I'm going to go to this conference.
Suffering succotash.
Richard Simmons turned 75. I thought he was dead.
No, only his career.
I thought he was dead, but he's not. He's 75.
And man, if you would have asked me how old Richard Simmons was, I would have guessed way higher than 75.
You'd have been 90s?
I probably would have said late 80s.
Huh.
Because I swear I remember him from childhood, and he was old then to me.
I think he just looked old.
With a
then.
fro.
Yeah.
God, I think he's still. What was it? Dancing to the oldies?
I'm sure he is.
Whatever that was, he did.
Or else he's now just dancing with the oldies.
Dancing as an oldie.
Yeah. Passed away in 2017. One Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy!
Do I know Charlie Murphy?
That's Eddie Murphy's brother that was popular.
Oh, I don't know. He died?
Yes. 2017.
Wow, how'd he die? Beverly Hills Cop?
I didn't write how all these people died.
Well, I thought maybe you knew. I think it was cancer or something. Oh, now I feel terrible, Colby.
Wait, would you have felt better if he'd have been run over by a bus?
Yeah, a little bit. Charlie Murphy. He looked just like Eddie.
He did.
Died. Oh, yeah, you said it was his birthday.
It's his birthday.
He died, according to the Wikipedia. It doesn't even. Oh, yeah, he died from leukemia on April 12th, 2017. Stay hard, Charlie. I mean, clearly he was the less famous brother, right?
Well, yes.
And if one of the Murphys had to go, they picked the right one.
Charlie Murphy did get fame through, and I can't believe this guy's show is because it's just named after him. Oh, my God.
Dave Chappelle?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
He got made famous through the Dave Chappelle show.
Forgot he was on Dave
the file
Chappelle.
cabinet for D's and C's was locked. I couldn't get in there.
Yeah, I forgot he was on Chappelle's show. Stupid show.
Topher Grace is 45. Go kick rocks, Topher.
I never was. They made a TV show just for him, and he ended up being like the fourth most famous star on the show.
Right.
Literally, it was just for him. An
just-
avenue for his stardom, and everyone else on the show was more famous.
I just what he did with the Eddie Brock Venom role. Or the fact that they just gave it to him, I think. Because, if I was him, I would have taken it, but
Right.
I didn't like him cast at that because, he played Venom like a wiener.
He was a wiener.
Sami Zayn, wrestler, turns 39 years old today.
Unfamiliar. Is he Billy Zane's brother?
No, he's not the former Phantom's brother.
Wait, who's that?
Phantom?
Billy Zane was Phantom?
Billy Zane was Phantom.
I just know him from Titanic and Back to the Future. I didn't know he did anything else.
You need to go look up Billy Zane Phantom right now.
Billy Zane played Phantom?
And realize that Billy Zane once ran around a movie set and rode horses while wearing this outfit.
Oh, this was even before Titanic. This was 1996.
Yes!
Dude, I had no idea he did anything between Back to the Future and Titanic. Oh, that looks terrible, Colby.
Those that don't know, Phantom, like the Shadow, was a radio series that had him playing this character that was described exactly, and they made it into comic books and such like that, that they then tried to make a movie series. Actually, this was going to be their thing, is they're going to take radio heroes and make them into their own, universe type situation back in the day. So,
Colby,
this
do you remember who else was in this movie? Treat Williams.
yes.
Christy Swanson.
Uh-huh.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yes.
Holy crap, dude. How did I not even... I guess probably because it was like comic book, and I was like, whatever, I'm not into comic book.
Might have seen it more than once.
Did you?
Brock Lesnar turns 46 years old today.
Wrestler.
Yes.
I knew that name.
Michelle Rodriguez turns 45 years old today.
Is this Mishrod
This would be Mishrod.
from the car movies?
Fast and the Furious. She was also in the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yes, she was. She was hot in that.
And so, yeah.
How old is she now?
She's 45.
That's too old.
No, really not. Really not. And I'm pretty sure you end up with a night with Michelle Rodriguez. You're probably not going to remember it, but you'll want video proof.
She's got sexy eyes.
She's got
I like her eyes.
And she's crazy, like all kinds of crazy. So that'd be amazing. And finally, it's amazing that it was Jello Day because the man behind the pudding pops, his birthday is today. 86 years old. Pudding pop. Bill Cosby.
Pudding pop. Theo, go get me a pudding pop. Wow, we were allowed to recognize Bill Cosby's birthday?
I'll tell you the one thing.
I mean, what did he ever do?
Yeah. Well, he did a lot of things. But the one thing that I learned from Bill Cosby, don't mark that, is I was watching an episode of The Cosbys, and actually Bill Cosby himself, Mr. Huxtable, Dr. Huxtable, had a pizza ordered. Like he wasn't supposed to eat that. And like his wife was going to get upset, but he's going to eat this anyway. And hidden in one secret compartment was some Lay's potato chips. And he took the pizza and he just opened the bag of Lay's potato chips and just poured the Lay's potato chips on top of the pizza. And then started eating them a slice at a time with just mounds of potato chips on it. And young and also fat Colby saw that and was like, oh my God, that's probably awesome.
Was it?
It was.
Because I'm telling you right now, I would try that. As weird as I am with food, dude, I would try that.
This salty, crunchy texture, then with the pizza and the pull and the chew. Oh my God, I was in texture and salt heaven. It was great. It was great.
Colby, you forgot Ariana Fletcher's birthday.
Did I?
You didn't say it.
Nope.
She's a super mom, and I have no idea where she's from. You also forgot, shockingly, the birthday of Christy Yamaguchi. Did you forget Christy? She's one of the only hot Asians on the planet.
You know what? I probably just was like, meh, and moved over.
I mean, okay, we have to grade Christy Yamaguchi here.
Okay.
Because I would not have passed her over, and I wouldn't pass her over in a bar like I would literally every other Asian on the planet. I'm sorry, I'm just not into the Asians, Colby. We've discussed this before.
We have. It's just the way that you say it just makes me cringe every time you say it. I don't know how to respond.
Here's the beautiful Christy Yamaguchi.
Gucci goo.
Gucci.
I mean, I'm in.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? We've never agreed about an Asian before.
You know what? Yes, we have.
Have we?
Because most of the time I'm like, yes. And then every once in a while you're like, okay. And then that's when we've agreed.
You say so.
By the way, I've been made aware that we're not live on Kick right now.
I noticed that, and I don't have time to look into it. But yes, maybe my stream code from Kick was wrong, but I set it all up. Apparently, I set it all up wrong. We'll get it fixed before Monday's show, I promise.
Damn it.
May have to do some trial and error. I just went based on their directions that they sent me.
Right.
On how to connect it to StreamYard, and I didn't test it. I was just like, oh, okay, they must know what they're talking about.
Apparently they don't.
Yeah, apparently they don't. But I did notice that because remember I told you I was going to have it up here on the screen, and I was like, oh, we're not on that platform yet.
Well,
so don't tell anybody yet.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I did like half the intro about the Kick and stuff like that.
Stupid me. Facebook birthdays, Colby.
Yes.
Because we have an important one here. Shannon Meglisson, a friend of mine that lives in the Bahamas. And Shannon, I swear your baby's not mine.
Okay.
My friend Pooh from the boat docks over there at Lake Louisville. It's his birthday today.
I'm going to pull it's him.
Okay.
Pooh, what they called him, his parents called him, and on his birth certificate.
I don't know where he got that name, but that's what everybody on the boat dock calls him. So,
right.
His real name is Ralford Smith, by the way. Laban Long, who's a friend of the show and reaches out to me on the social media all the time. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Laban.
Colby, former classmate, current high school football coach, Bruce Elvington has a birthday today. Let's see. Upcoming birthdays are fine. But the big birthday of the day today, Colby, from Golf Central Magazine and Turf Life herself, Miss Terry Purdom has a birthday today that we need to recognize.
Casually said.
Oh, wait.
That's
wrong.
not the...
Maybe one of the greatest misfires of all time. It's the same button on a different page.
Happy birthday, Terry Purdom.
Happy birthday, Terry. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm. Wait, I'll do it. Is it okay for me to keep casually sexting? Yeah. Oh, thank you, L.A. Knight, or La Knight. Well, I don't know which one you go by.
L.A. Knight.
Is it La Knight?
No, it's L.A. Knight.
But what if it was La Knight?
Then the crowd wouldn't say L.A. Knight when he walked out there.
What if they're saying it wrong?
Well, he says he's L.A. Knight.
Is it the workout place called La Fitness?
Maybe.
That's what I've always called it.
Maybe.
What are we supposed to do here? Oh, yeah.
It's
I have to pick.
It's the French fitness.
La Fitness. Colby, my good. Richard Simmons.
Wow.
Because he makes me feel nostalgic.
All right.
My bad. There's a couple on here I could go. Colby, my bad. Kellen Moore.
Wow.
And my ugly. Colby, my ugly has to be Bill Cosby, right?
I mean,
it could have been bad too, but I don't know if he's as bad as Kellen Moore.
I'm okay.
Just saying.
Obviously don't mess with your Cowboys. You'd rather have somebody slipping people the sleepy juice.
I mean, we've all done it.
No.
Right? We've all slipped some sleepy juice to somebody.
It
didn't always work out as well as it did for him, though.
I mean, in the end, would you consider that working out?
You think when he went to jail, like at the age of 70-something, that he's like, I don't care, I'm going to die in a couple years anyway. And now he's going to live to be like 100 and be in jail the whole time? Is he still in jail?
I don't know. Maybe he got let out. I have no idea.
For conjugal visits?
Right. Because never mind. All right, so my good's Sami Zayn. I really like what he's doing in the WWE right now, so he's definitely my good. My bad is Bill Cosby. I don't know what to think about.
Oh, wait, can I bring some evidence to the table?
Yes.
Did you know that his case was thrown out of court?
Okay.
And he was not convicted, and he was let out of jail in 2021?
I did not know that.
He appealed the conviction in 2019, saying that there were women who should not have been able to testify, maybe because he only thought he drugged them. I don't know. But, yeah, a Philadelphia Supreme Court overturned his conviction and freed him in 2021. So he didn't do anything. Him and OJ are free, man.
You know what?
Still your bad?
Yeah, he's still my bad.
Okay.
Still my bad. And my ugly is going to be, he's a boxer. He used his face to repel other boxers' gloves.
I almost picked him.
Julio Cesar Chavez. So there's that.
There you go. Tell everybody how to submit their own birthdays.
So if you'd like to, by the way, if it's your birthday and maybe you're not friends with Tim on the Facebook, shoot us a text at 214-937-0569. Tell us your name and say, hey, today's my birthday. Give me a shout out. Now, if you do that, like, say, for Monday's show, and then the next Monday's show, we're shouting out the same person, we're going to realize it's not really your birthday.
Yep.
So,
we won't care probably.
Hey, maybe you're the world and every day you turn around, it's your birthday. I don't know. But do that. Or you see our tweet or Twitters there if you're watching this, looking at the screen right now at Colby Tim Show or at FanStream DSP. Go ahead and throw those out there, and you can tell us there it's your birthday or when it's your birthday.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
So you do that, you get a shout out. You don't do that, and how the hell are we supposed to know?
I don't know, Colby. What I do know, though, God, and we are right on time, dude. How does this happen?
I don't know. I'm just flowing, man.
Because it's time for the 7:45 Colby Sapp IndyCarTim Show Sports Report. And it's 7:45 on the clock. Wow, that has never happened in the history of mankind.
It's really not. We're on time.
So, Colby... Oh, no, I can't find the article. What I would like to show you, though, is... I want to take you back to Monday while we were on the air. Did you watch any of... I mean, obviously you didn't watch it because we were on the air. But when you were in there where all the TVs are...
Right.
Were you watching any of the home run derby?
I was actually not. I think I forgot as soon as I walked in here that the home run derby existed. I did, however, remember it existed once the video came up on my YouTube and said, "Hey, would you like to watch the condensed version of the?" And I said, "Yes."
So you're aware of who won?
I am aware of who won.
Vlad Jr., right? 16 years after his dad won.
By the way, I was pretty sure he wasn't going to win that, just because he looked gay.
Did he really? I haven't even watched any of it yet. Of course, he edged out Randy Arozarena in the final round, 25-23. And of course, with that historic win, they become the first father-son pair to win the home run derby. And I contend that that's only because they didn't have the home run derby when Ken Griffey Sr. was going to All-Star games.
Right.
Or they would have been the first father-son to win one. Ken Griffey Jr. or Sr. could hit the ball. So, are you aware of the graphic blunder from ESPN? Because we love calling out sports entities.
I'm going to say I am not aware of the graphic blunder.
All right, so I'm going to throw up the picture, a still of the graphic that they threw up on the screen.
By the way, mark yourself saying I'm going to throw up.
Yeah, from the hash brown McFlurry. So here on the screen is the graphic they threw up there. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., second Cuban-born home run derby champion, in parentheses, Jonas Cespedes. All right, so Colby, there's a couple of issues here.
Okay.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was born in Canada.
Right.
Because that's where his dad was playing with the Expos when he was born, right? You follow me?
I do follow you.
Secondly, he grew up in the Dominican Republic, never lived in Cuba. Buddy, you think there's a intern somewhere getting fired again?
Probably. Well, I mean, either that or some of the guys that no longer had shows anymore because the other people that were on the show got fired, and they're like, here, well, you can do this now until your contract's up, right? And so they're just now, they don't, their Giva-esser has quit, and they're just like, whatever.
So apparently what happened is this graphic was meant for Arozarena.
Yes.
Who was born in Cuba before he moved to Mexico in 2015. So whoever the intern was, all right, yeah, Rosarena's going to win it, and I'll just put Vlad Guerrero's name here?
See, what happened is the person that originally was putting together this stuff midway through the home run derby got fired and just quickly showed the guy that was replacing him, like, you just put that there, put that there, put that there, and he left.
The graphic there.
Left. Because he thought, he didn't think it was Vlad that was going to win.
I mean, nobody did, right, until the very end.
Right.
But still, that is a horrible mistake to make.
I mean, that's some give up.
So that's equal to, and I don't know if I ever talked about this on the air. I had it on in my file here, but I don't think we got to it that night. And then a couple of weeks went by. Fox Sports during NASCAR season.
Oh, when they're on the loop-de-loop.
Or
the roundy round.
The roundy round. Well, no, they're doing street circuits and road courses now, so they're a little more respectable.
Right.
They had whoever won I think this was last year, as I'm reporting irresponsibly. They had a graphic of the driver, whoever it was that had won, had the graphic, his name, and then it said Formula One World Champion.
Nice. He did both. That's amazing.
Colby never raced in Formula One.
It's kind of hard to become the champion.
Because he's a NASCAR driver.
I mean,
You think that intern was fired? And apparently the way it was explained was Fox also at the time was broadcasting Formula One races. So someone copy and pasted a graphic to NASCAR and just didn't change anything. I mean, that's lazy right there, right?
that is lazy.
I love when graphics get messed up. I mean, I do it all the time.
Some bad graphics right there.
Dude.
Broke out that
Worst
NES.
graphics. And then finally on our Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim Sports Report. I'm trying to get our music back up. There we go. Colby, you're familiar with Pat Fitzgerald and the Northwestern situation, yes?
Some of it, yeah.
I would contend to you, Pat Fitzgerald is not the worst perpetrator here.
No.
Because we all know that he was fired, right? Pat Fitzgerald was fired for the hazing stuff.
Yes.
Are we aware that he was suspended before he was fired?
I was not aware he was suspended before he was.
So last Friday, Northwestern President Michael Schill read a report on a 6-month independent investigation into allegations of hazing within the Wildcat football program. That report had more than 50 interviews. Michael Schill said, you know what, after seeing all of this and knowing all the facts, I think I'm going to suspend Pat Fitzgerald for 2 weeks. By the way, those 2 weeks of suspension were this month. Meaningless months in the college football world, right?
Right. Here's your vacay.
Yeah, have a summer vacation, take the family to Destin and Brown. Might be too soon for that. Colby, on Monday, after details of those allegations began becoming public through media reports, including the student body newspaper, Schill determined that he was so troubled by the same crap that he read on Friday, he decided to fire Fitzgerald immediately.
Oh, this looks worse when I see it in the school newspaper than I did on that inner office report.
And then he tried to take an ethical high road. He said, quote, since Friday, I've kept going back to what we should reasonably expect from our head coaches, our faculty, and our campus leaders. And that is what led me to make this decision to fire Fitzgerald. The head coach is ultimately responsible for the culture of his team. The hazing we investigated was widespread and clearly not a secret within the program. Coach Fitzgerald had the opportunity to learn what was happening, end quote. So apparently, Colby, welcome to America, where you only have to do the right thing when somebody's watching.
Right.
Nothing changed from Friday to Monday except that the information got out.
Then somebody's like, oh, crap, you need to do something else besides just suspend him for a couple of months.
Dude.
That's when you get the people that come in and let's offer up a little bit of knowledge, or maybe some of your, quote, investors in the college or whatever.
Boosters and all that.
Boosters are like, hey, Bob, yeah, you need to fire him, or me and Frankfurt Cadillac's going to head on out the door.
Oh, my gosh, dude. So you wonder why those 11 current or former student athletes that were in the report, like, they didn't matter on Friday. But you're so busy patting yourself on the back because you thought you were doing the right thing. Yep, pat yourself on the butt.
Good job.
Dude. I don't know, man.
The other side of it, though, for me, and maybe this is just old school me, as long as the hazing doesn't get anybody, like, hurt to a point to where they'll never come back from it, then it kind of makes you have thicker skin.
Right.
You're already playing, like, football and stuff.
That's the point of, like, hazing, you know, right? But, dude, some of these things were sexual in nature.
If my idea behind it is, if the hazing is going to mean that you're probably going to need, like, extra therapy to forget about the hazing that happened.
Probably no longer hazing.
It's probably no longer hazing. It's now like assault.
Yeah, and that's what it was all described as. I mean, it was, and I don't know, by saying sexual in nature, I don't know if there was, like, penetration and things like that, but it was, let's just say, sexual humiliation.
Okay.
Is what I heard it described as, which is still way over the top.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Like running in and hitting somebody with an orange in the face, that's going to hurt, maybe break a nose. But they're not going to need extra therapy. Well, I'd say they don't. I don't know. I mean, they may end up never being able to eat an orange again.
Scarred with the orange.
One time it attacked him. And yet there's still that one guy that's running around Las Vegas that got hit by that car, and that car was totaled, and he had a boo-boo on his leg. We've got all kinds of different people out there in the world.
That's a man right there.
So.
Just Michael Schill, you are a bad person, and you are worthy of losing your job, in my humble opinion. And by the way, sexual humiliation should not take place under any circumstances until maybe the third date. That's all I'm saying.
You were good. You were good. You were doing good. And then you weren't.
What, so second date or fourth date?
No. You could have left out the humiliation part. And just been... That doesn't ever need to happen.
I mean, it's a part of my life.
Right. Well, I mean, that's because, you've proudly stated the size of your dingo is not that big.
It's not.
So.
Hung like a pimple, everyone knows. Take us to break, Colby.
Coming up
Before
next.
I say something stupid.
We've got the best action movies since 1980, part 1. This is a bracket series, also a little mystery shotgun to kind of solve some of that ails you. And then news and notes is all coming up on the Colby Sapp IndyCarTim Show. Next.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Hey, you like golf? There's a good chance you do, because I said so. But what do you need playing golf? Well, you need clubs. Right, clubs, you need balls. The thing that people don't usually think about is that golf bag. And that's what most people see when they look at your golf clubs. Like right off the bat. And if you've got a raggedy bag, it's not doing you any favors, bud. So get you a new bag. Go over to orca-golf.com. Orca-golf.com. Why are you going there? You're going there because you want a golf bag, but you want one that's kind of screams you. So you want to pick the colors. Well, you can use your own custom colors. Maybe you have a logo in mind. Maybe it's your logo. You're like Prince. You just have a symbol. That's the case. Dude, you can get your logo on there. Your name, just get it done exactly like what you want it done by actual designers. Nothing goes out of their factory without the approval of the founder, Erica Bennett, who is just brilliant. We've seen some of her bags. We've got one of them actually in the studio. And you know what? Dude, it looks good. If you want other people to look at your golf setup and go, man, that just screams Frank. You want that? Then go over to orca-golf.com. Do yourself a favor and use the promo code DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. I'll say that again, DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. So do it today because Orca Golf is the best choice in the game.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp IndyCarTim Show right here on FanStream Sports. As you get situated. As you guys may or may not know, if you're longtime listeners to the show, Colby and I love brackets.
We do love brackets.
We love to bracketize everything.
We like to make things fight each other.
We do, and then we like to spin the wheel, or no, I guess it was flip the virtual coins, right? Like, that was my favorite part.
That's right. Your favorite part was flipping the coins. A lot of times I hated going to the coins because it's like, no, there's a clear-cut winner, and we shouldn't have to worry about the damn coins. By the way, to go back to the very first segment, we did have this on the FanStream Sports text line. As G texted and said, first-time caller, long-time listener, I take all my food on my dinner plate and just mix it all together.
You're a horrible person, G. I mean, when you eat, obviously I love you, but that's just wrong, dude. Can't do that. Now, if it's Mexican food, maybe I'll do that. Like your rice and your beans and some enchilada, okay, I'll take a bite of all of that. But if you've got like peas and mashed potatoes and chicken fried, no, dude, that's all got to be in separate containers.
Oh, man. No,
those can't touch each other.
That doesn't. First of all, the chicken fried steak breakfast, where you've got the sunny side up eggs and the gravy on the chicken fried steak. You take the sunny side up eggs and you place them on top of the gravy.
Can't touch.
Mm-hmm.
That's disturbing that you even describe it that way.
That's the only way I eat that.
Eggs aren't supposed to touch things unless it's on a McGriddle.
No, man, it's amazing. The sunny side up, so the egg yolk mixes a little bit in with the gravy. Bud.
About to lose my lunch.
Bud, that's amazing. If you've never tried that, try it. Change your life.
That's going to do it for the show tonight. Colby, and in your honor, I found a bracket of the 64 best action movies since 1980. So the way these are categorized, they're kind of like when we did the, what was it, or most hated or most, the sports media bracket we did?
Yeah, the most annoying.
Yes. That I almost won.
You did.
The most annoying sports media we did, it was in 4 categories, or 4 brackets, I guess, so we could have more. Well, this is broken down. We've got 16 from the 1980s, 16 from the 90s.
Oh, my God.
16 from the aughts, and 16 from the 20-teens.
This is going to be difficult. This is going to be like picking children. I can already imagine it.
So we're going to go, tonight, we'll go the first 16. We will go through the 80s. Monday, we'll go through the 90s, and then et cetera, till we're done. And then we'll do the week after we finish it, we'll do the finals.
There's going to be a lot of fidgeting going on because I already see matchups just lining up in my head and just going, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
Yeah, probably for you. For me, these are pretty cut and dry. As a matter of fact, I will tell you, not on this 80s list, but there was one of these lists, there's one that I've never heard of before. Apparently there was a part 1 and a part 2. This is from the 2000s region. And I'll just save it because we don't need to go through it now. But
okay.
Yeah, there's one on here that I know I haven't seen because I've never even freaking heard of it. So we'll maybe talk about that later. You can fill me in if I need to watch it before we get to that. And then I will.
All right.
Because that's what we do. We watch movie watching is a sport.
Thank you, CA.
All right, Colby. Let's kick it off. Let's get some production value here. We don't want that. Let's go with our normal bracket music.
Yeah. All right, LA Knight made it better.
Thank you, La Knight. Colby, by the way, these were seeded. This is from Bleacher Report.
Okay.
Because, of course, it is. These were seeded by their viewers, by their listeners. So they allowed the viewers, listeners to seed all of these, okay? So don't look at me
Okay.
when you're mad that the number one seed in the 80s region is Die Hard.
I'm not going to be mad at that.
You can be mad that it's going up against the 16 seed Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Don't woo me. This is not even close and you know it.
No, it is pretty difficult.
Is it for you?
It is pretty difficult. I love the Indiana Jones movies, but it's Die Hard.
It is definitely Die Hard, and it's not as close as Colby wanted it to be.
The
The only good Indiana Jones movie was Raiders of the Lost Ark. I haven't seen the new one.
Temple was good, and
Wasn't a fan.
the Last Crusade was excellent.
See, I didn't like it.
The one with Sean Connery?
I mean, I liked his character. I liked their vibe. I just didn't like the movie.
Okay.
That's the one where they were looking for the Holy Grail, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I was out. Colby, we have the 8th seed, a movie that or a franchise we've discussed very recently on this show.
Uh-oh.
The 8th seed is Aliens. And you're probably going to hate the 9th seed, too. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Oh, my God. So we've got Aliens going up against Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yes, sir. Now, see, again, man, it's just not close for me.
It's very close. But I have to... That sucks. Because that means both indie movies is out. But it's Aliens for me. Game over, man. Game over.
It is Aliens for me as well. Which brings us to the 4 seed. Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Versus Red Dawn.
Oh. It's actually easy for me. That would be Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Crap. I really liked Red Dawn.
Not going up against Raiders.
Yeah, you know what? You just convinced me with your no. And I didn't think I was going to do that either. I really thought I would stick with my Red Dawn. Red Dawn was good because I had a bunch of people in it that I liked.
Right.
And when that movie came out, like all of us that were that age, I mean, I was a little bit younger than they were. We really thought that could happen.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we thought this was like a preview of, man, we better get buddy-buddy with our people in high school and stash guns around town and everything because the Russians could attack.
Right.
But
Wolverines unite. No,
yes.
I got you, bud. I got you.
It was great.
Going up against, Raiders, even though really Raiders, all he had to do was not do anything and they would,
Right.
The movie would have never needed to happen.
Have you heard, see, that's what I was about to bring up, that you've heard that whole theory, right? That if
It's not even a theory.
Indiana, it's true, right?
Yeah.
If he didn't exist or had never butted into if he wasn't in the movie, the ending would have been exactly the same.
Would have been. If they ever found it, they would have all died.
It's funny to think of. Colby, these next two are going to be very, very difficult for me. Maybe you as well. I don't know. Maybe not. We have the 5 seed Predator
Oh, dear.
versus the 12 seed, which has rapidly become one of my all-time favorite movies, Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh.
You're going to say Predator, I know.
Yeah, it's Predator.
See, if this was 10 years ago, I would have not even hesitated to agree with you. But I've watched Beverly Hills Cop now probably in the last 10 years 100 times, and it's still one of my favorite movies.
Right, but so is Predator for me. This stuff will make you a sexual Tyrannosaurus.
I think
Just
we have
like
to.
me. No, don't do it.
I think we have to go to the coin, Colby.
Don't do the coin with this. It's Predator,
I
dude.
think we have to go to the coin, Colby.
It's not Beverly Hills Cop. It's Predator. I don't want to go to the coin on this one.
I can't not vote for one of my favorite movies. Just like you couldn't. I can't talk you into changing your vote to Beverly Hills Cop.
No, I can't. But it's Predator, dude. I'm gonna hate you.
No, you know what? You're right. I'm appealing. So these are 80s movies. I'm trying to appease the 80s Tim here, okay? Not
Okay.
39-year-old Tim like I am now. All right, Predator, the 5 seed, wins out. Colby, this one's going to be tough for me. Actually, maybe not. The 6 seed, Lethal Weapon. Versus the 11 seed, Roadhouse.
Oh, dear.
Right? This one's tough.
That's not nice.
To put them together like that, I know.
It's not nice.
The 7 and 10 seeds are going to be the same. And the 2 and 15 for me.
Because, I hate to do this, I really like Roadhouse. I really do. I named a buddy of mine, rest in peace, Roadhouse.
After the movie.
After the movie. Just because of how cool he was. But still, it's...
You like Lethal Weapon better than Roadhouse?
I did.
Wow, that is shocking to me.
I did.
Considering the hand-to-hand combat that was featured in Roadhouse.
Right. But then you had what was going on with Lethal Weapon, which
right.
was, I mean, that was balls to the wall everything.
Yeah. Yep, and Danny Glover and Mel Gibson just were perfect.
Yes, I got to go Lethal Weapon.
And even in the movie Loaded Weapon with Emilio Estevez, the spoof. I forgot who played his opposite, though, but whatever. You know what, Colby? I think I have to agree with you. On this one, I was pretty much going to go with whatever you picked.
Now, that's also because Lethal Weapon and Die Hard and Long Kiss Goodnight are all in my Christmas movie section.
Oh, perfect. Colby, the 3 seed, but it's always the 1 seed in my heart. Top Gun.
Oh.
Versus the 14 seed, RoboCop.
It's not even close.
Not for me.
It's not even. I know it's not. And you know what? It's not even close for me.
We're gonna have to flip a coin.
You're gonna, yeah, because of your admitted love for Top Gun, I'm going to allow the coin flip. But it's RoboCop for me, and it's hands down. It's 10 toes down. I'm standing and dying on this hill.
See, I liked RoboCop, but it's no Top Gun, and I know you hate Top Gun because you have no heart. Probably laughed when Goose died.
Just wasn't. I don't consider Top Gun to be a quote action movie.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that you don't. All right, well, here we go. All right, I'm picking 3, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, what's what?
Let's go heads be actually no, they were topless a lot in Top Gun. So top heads is Top Gun.
Heads is Top Gun. Tails is RoboCop. 2 out of 3. RoboCop wins, Colby.
There we go.
I'm angry at this.
Justice has been served.
No!
You know what? I'll even give you the appease. If this was action drama category, maybe Top Gun should have been there.
Help me, Tom Cruise! All right, Colby. The 7 seed. First Blood.
Oh, dear.
Versus the 10 seed. Commando.
Oh. Wait, okay. So, First Blood. So it's the one him in the forest against the cops.
Yeah, it's the first one.
Right. That is an all-time great, not only action movie, but had some heart, had some everything about it. Commando is a great action movie, but I don't think they compare.
But not as good of a movie.
So I got to go First Blood.
I agree. And I would have fought you on that one, too.
You wouldn't have had to.
And then finally, Colby. God, this is going to be tough for me, man. We've never talked about one of these. The 2 seed, The Terminator.
The first one.
First one. So maybe it won't be hard for you. But I don't know how you feel about this other franchise. 'Cause I don't think we've ever discussed it. The 15 seed, Escape from New York.
Oh, this is not even close. There is no chance in my book that they're not even playing on the same field.
That's why they're the 2 seed and the 15 seed.
It's Escape from New York.
Agree 100%.
It's Snake Plissken.
Yep. Did you ever see Escape from L.A.?
Sure did.
When he wore the exact same outfit.
Yes,
he was
he
the
did.
same freaking size 20 years later.
He was.
How does that happen?
And then he ended up having to play basketball. And then Bruce Campbell was a wild, crazy surgeon.
Yep.
Yes!
I'm glad we agreed on that. I hate to diss Terminator, but like you always say, the second one was way better.
The second one was amazing.
Yeah.
The first one was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like it. But if you're going up against Snake.
Snake Plissken.
So did you ever I don't guess you ever read the book, did you?
No, I did not.
The Escape from Cleveland?
No. Colby, Terminator 2 is not even on the next one.
That's just wrong.
Wasn't that 90s? Or was it still 80s?
No, that would have been 90s.
Yeah, no, not on the 90s list.
So that list is wrong.
Oh, stop. Take it back. Take it back. It is.
Okay.
When it's going up against another Arnold movie. And it's another one of my favorites.
So omissions from the 80s action bracket that I want to give out real quick, that I want to shoot acknowledgement to, that I don't know why it didn't make it. One of them being Tango and Cash. The perfect 80s action movie.
It was more of a comedy than it was an action.
No, it was definitely an action movie.
I consider that more of a comedy action.
So, that is...
But that was good.
That is one.
What about Turner and Hooch?
Yeah, no, I'm out.
I'm surprised you even know what that is.
I do know what that one is because, I mean, there was only 5 channels back in the day.
That's right.
You had to see a trailer for Turner and Hooch.
I always got Tangle and Cash and Turner and Hooch mixed up.
How?
Just because of the names. I want to go watch Turner and Cash and Tango and Hooch.
There's a few others, and maybe I'll make my list of movies that were left out of the brackets so we can have a final bracket. It'll be the Colby bracket.
Heck yeah, we always do a Colby bracket.
So,
all right, Colby, that gives us to round 2. We have the 1 seed Die Hard versus the 8 seed Aliens. This round's gonna be hard.
It's going to be difficult.
Well,
because of the amount of times that I've seen it versus the amount of times I've seen the other one, and it's closer than you think, I've got to go Die Hard.
I loved Aliens first, that franchise. I didn't get into Die Hard until later. But I'll go Die Hard.
Okay.
Because it is I think it's the perfect action movie. And it's Christmas. That's what Sergio said.
And he's smoking on a plane.
Yeah, we used to do that back in the day. Colby, that cake brings us to the 4 seed Raiders of the Lost Ark versus the 5 seed Predator.
I'm going to annoy some people, but action movie, I apologize, Harrison Ford. It's got to be Predator for me.
Agree.
That movie stands the test of time. And so does Raiders, but literally, it's still amazing.
I think Predator stands the test of time a little more.
Yes.
Colby, we have the 6 seed Lethal Weapon. I go into my Steven Seagal voice. Versus the 14 seed RoboCop.
Oh.
Lethal Weapon or RoboCop?
if I can decide. I'm going to decide, but
You want me to go first?
yes.
RoboCop.
Both of them scream 80s action movie.
Yep.
Just scream it to the high heavens.
RoboCop was filmed in Dallas, though.
This is true.
Not a lot of people know that. The police station is literally City Hall.
You know what? Because it deserves it to be so. I'm going to say Lethal Weapon.
Oh, we're going to flip again.
Yes, we are.
This time because of you. I tried to give you an out so we didn't have to flip.
No, I'm doing it because I think this deserves a flip.
All right. Here we go.
This deserves a flip in my mind.
Back to the fake coins. Colby, what's heads?
Let's go RoboCop as heads.
RoboCop is heads. We have 3 coins. The best 2 out of 3 here. Here we go. Oh, Colby.
Lethal Weapon takes it, which I think is the right call, but I had to give it.
You didn't want to be the one to say it, right?
No.
All right. So it's RoboCop. Or Lethal Weapon.
It's Lethal Weapon.
That's what I meant. So Lethal Weapon takes RoboCop down. Colby, the 7 seed. First blood. You're going to need more men. Versus the 15 seed looking to advance. These 2 teams hate each other. Escape from New York.
Oh, dear. You know, as much as I love Snake Plissken, as much as I think that guy is a total badass, especially during First Blood, the epitome of the first total badass I ever saw on a movie screen was John Rambo.
Okay.
I have to go. Your go-to 80s action hero, John Rambo, has to win. I gotta go First Blood.
All right, Colby. Well, if he's going to win, he's going to have to beat the coins. Because I pick Escape from New York. So let's do it again. Once again, you can pick which is heads.
Well, if you've got to go the American Eagle. That's got to be Escape from New York because he was going to save the president.
That's right.
So Tails is Escape from New York.
Tails is Escape from New York versus First Blood. You're going to need more men. Oh, look at that. Triple heads.
That would be First Blood.
Wow.
The coins are on fire tonight, by the way.
You haven't really disagreed with the coin yet, have you?
I haven't.
Wow, this next round's going to be painful.
Dear. It's all been painful.
Colby, we're in the semifinals here of the 1980s region.
It's like picking my favorite kid.
Right?
Which you shouldn't do.
Oh, I have one. I mean, there's no question. I'm probably not even mine. Colby, here in the semifinals of the 80s region, we have the 1 seed, Die Hard, versus your 5 seed, Predator.
Yeah, this hurts, but it's going to start hurting now a lot. But I have to go Die Hard. I have to go Die Hard.
I'm thinking.
You know what? And the cop move of him having, home dude up in the attic space and going, what did you say your name was? And then checking the names behind him to see if he came up with a real name.
Right.
Stuff like that. Little cop moves.
Colby, because it's a Christmas movie, and because Bruce Willis is in it, and he's not doing too well right now, I will give you Die Hard.
All right.
Over Predator. But it pains me to knock Predator out before the finals. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't have been knocked out if it didn't go out against Die Hard.
And it went against the 1 seed, yep. Colby, that gives us the 6 seed, Lethal Weapon, versus the 7 seed, First Blood.
I have to go First Blood.
I have to also go First Blood. Wow.
I love Lethal Weapon. I love Lethal Weapon 2. I love Lethal Weapon 3.
Did you like 4?
I did like 4.
Colby, I have a story about Lethal Weapon 4 in the movie theater.
Oh, yeah?
I may have gotten a beach in the movie theater to Lethal Weapon 4.
So you didn't really watch it?
Not like 4 minutes of it.
Okay.
Yeah, she was one of the young ones.
Now, Lethal Weapon, the TV series, wasn't...
Dude, that wasn't good.
I wasn't as happy with
That
that.
dude that played Riggs was terrible. Apparently, he was terrible on the set, too, because he's one of the reasons they canceled it.
Right.
All right, Colby, are you ready for the finals of the 1980s region?
I am.
Let's go over the rounds first, as we had Die Hard beat Indiana Jones' Temple of Doom. We had Aliens beat Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade. We had Raiders of the Lost Ark defeat Red Dawn. We had Predator beat Beverly Hills Cop. We had Lethal Weapon beat Roadhouse. RoboCop annihilated Top Gun, which I knew it would. First Blood downed Commando. And Escape from New York defeated The Terminator. Going to the next round, Die Hard beat Aliens.
Uh-huh.
Raiders beat Predator. Lethal Weapon beat RoboCop. Oh, wait, sorry.
Predator.
Die Hard beat Aliens.
Right.
Predator beat Raiders. Lethal Weapon beat RoboCop. And First Blood beat Escape from New York. And then in the semifinals, you had Die Hard beat Predator. You had First Blood beat Lethal Weapon. Which can only mean, Colby, the 1 seed Die Hard goes against the 7 seed First Blood.
This is tough.
I've got mine already.
But I can tell you this. There has been an oftentimes daydream for me that, like the Lethal Weapon TV series, there would want to be a Die Hard TV series, and somehow I make it into the casting call to be the next John McClane.
Right.
Again,
You're too old now.
I'm going to be... I'm younger than Bruce Willis.
Well, not when he filmed that.
Yeah, but the later ones, yes. If you're going to continue the John McClane as a TV series, I think I could pull that off.
All right. You can do your own stunts, Tom Cruise?
Of course, I'm going to do my own stunts.
Way too old.
But I'm also that stupid.
That's true.
Um,
You're smart enough to be that stupid. I know.
It's
Die Hard or First Blood?
It's Die Hard.
It's First Blood. I have to go First Blood on this one. Because you're going to need more men. I'm beating that quote into the ground or what?
Yippee-ki-yay.
Kaye M-E-F-er.
Mother turkey.
Mother turkey. All right, Colby, which means to decide the final of the 80s region, Die Hard or First Blood, what's heads?
I'm going to go because of the solo man being there, and also that kind of represents when you go Rambo.
Yep.
Heads will be Rambo. Heads will be First Blood.
Heads will be First Blood. Here we go. Wow! Die Hard
Die
dominates.
Gets it.
The coins went 3.
And really, that's the way it should have been. That's the way it should have been.
The coins went, F you, John Rambo. You don't need more men. We're here.
I mean, most memorable action hero from the 80s, if you were to throw that out there, John McClane or John Rambo, Rambo might win it just because of going Rambo. But I think it would be John McClane.
Wow.
So,
Yep, so the 1 seed advances
the 1 seed advance.
out of the bracket of the 80s region. Die Hard is your winner.
The 90s region is going to be tough. The
Yep.
80s was what? Yeah, those are all your classics.
Which means we've got on Monday the 90s region. Let me list the movies here for you in no particular order.
Are you going to list them?
In no particular order, so you don't know who's going up. Day, Point Break, Heat, Speed, The Rock, Mission Impossible, Air Force One, Bad Boys, GoldenEye, Men in Black, Con Air,
Damn it!
T2 Judgment Day, and True Lies.
This is all right. Y'all just hold on to your butts.
It's going to be brutal on Monday.
Yeah, you hold on to your butts.
Bring your coffee or your scotch or whatever.
Yeah, put your scotch in your coffee.
Oh, my gosh, that's so good. Wow, Colby. Sweating over here. That was fun.
So save the list for me. When we get to it, I will go through and look and see and start trying to find movies that I can put to my list that we didn't name.
I can think of one that wasn't on the 80s list. Blues Brothers. I love Blues Brothers.
Yeah. I
Probably wouldn't have beaten any of those. I'm just saying it wasn't included.
I don't count that as an action movie, bud.
Well, you should.
I just don't.
Carrie Fisher almost blew up the Bluesmobile.
True, but I don't count that.
First rated R movie I ever saw in the movie theater, by the way. Snuck into the Plaza Theater in downtown Carrollton when I was 8 years old. My story, and I'm sticking to it. Skipped school, too.
Nice.
All right, Colby, it's time for an impromptu.
Yes. Welcome into Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I am your host, Colby Sapp, along with Pod Racer Tim. We're getting into a little bit before I throw it to Tim, because Tim's found a list that kind of goes along with what we were talking about the last Mystery Shotgun episode, and it's all about, well, super suits and maybe people that don't have super suits. And he might have found a list that he's going to toss at me, and I'm going to get aggravated at.
Probably so.
More than likely. But I did want to offer up a little bit more news that I've been uncovering about Deadpool 3, and it really came from a question that I had once the Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman photo ran out there, and the fact that also, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner were going to show up, and with the TVA running around and possibly other X-Men running around, and we'll get to that at a different date as I get more things confirmed. One thing I have confirmed is that a certain version of the X-Men, which is your McAvoy, those guys, that Jean Grey, the Hunger Games.
Jennifer Lawrence. That was like the Days of Future Past one, right?
Days of Future Past. Her playing parts, they're not going to visit that timeline.
That was Michael Fassbender, right?
Fassbender is Magneto. Yep. They're not going to visit that timeline in the Deadpool movie. I don't exactly know why they're not visiting that timeline, because I don't think any of those actors are doing anything right now.
Right.
But they're not. So I don't know if they're saving it for another spot, because, again, the X-Men are not going to be able to become a part of the 616 universe until 2025. So I don't know if they're saving them or what, but those X-Men will not be in the Deadpool 3 movie. There will be others that will be, but they will not. So that's your little bit of news that I did get confirmed. So if you were looking for any of those guys to show up, or maybe a battle of Jean Greys or a battle of Professor X's or anything like that quirky to happen in that's not going to happen. So there's that.
Very nice. Well, let's get into our list here, Colby. Because apparently we're all about lists.
We did lists, brackets, hell, news and notes the other night it was just a list. So
Colby, these are the 10 Marvel heroes who don't wear uniforms. So this is Marvel.
Okay.
Number 10, the Hulk.
Well,
because he tends to wear just a ripped version of whatever Bruce was wearing at the time.
Right. He has had like a uniform situation going on, just because, he got some stretchy pants and such like that. That
They
were
want to be left out.
right, but pretty much no.
And you brought this guy up last week when we were discussing it. Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider. Doesn't have a fixed costume. It's just whatever the hell he's wearing at the time.
Whatever he's wearing, and then it gets set on fire. He's usually wearing some kind of leathers and such like that, being a biker that he is. But yes.
Aren't we all? Mm-hmm. Colby, number 8. I don't know that you mentioned him. Luke Cage.
Yeah. Well, you know what? In the comics, I guess you could call it, because he was always wearing the blue jeans with that yellow shirt situation and like a steel headband a lot of times.
Right.
But that was really his everyday get-up.
Right.
That was also, the time when they didn't figure, comic book characters ever changed clothes.
Right.
So.
Well, we don't have to do laundry that way. And I thought of her, although I don't know much about this character. I need to ask you if I need to do a deep dive into this, because I know they made a TV show about it, and the actress that played her, smoking hot, because I've seen her in other things. Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones in the comic books has a costume, and they homage to it in the series a little bit, with her having this kind of purplish pink situation that somebody tossed her, and she's like, I'm not wearing that.
Right.
She does have one. Now, that's when she's had her powers. She's, of course, gone on and off of having powers, not having them, not having them situation in the comic books, which I don't know if they're going to dive into in the Jessica Jones, as she is, by the way, in case you haven't heard me, reprising her role.
Really?
She will be a part of Marvel going forward.
So should I check out the TV show? I never watched 1 minute of it.
The Jessica Jones Netflix show?
Yeah.
That's now on Disney Plus?
Is it? I mean,
yes.
I should? Okay.
Yes.
How long did it go on?
2 seasons.
Oh, okay. So not a lot of time.
Not a lot of time.
Put into it.
The antagonist in the first one, really good job of playing. They, of course, gave him, his original name, but he's known in the comic books as the Purple Man.
Okay.
And his main power is just he can convince everybody to do anything he wants.
Gotcha.
So.
Very good. Well, I will check that out then. Maybe I'll do a review of it. Everybody likes Tim's reviews.
They do.
Colby, number 6. This is kind of cheating, I think, but it's in the article. Groot, because he doesn't technically wear anything.
Well, yeah. I mean, the walking tree doesn't actually have I don't guess they're going to go to the place and say, hey, can we find something for the walking tree to wear?
A fig leaf?
Yeah.
Wait, I think that deserves one. Hang on. I need to find the button again. I'm going to do it to myself here.
Mark.
All of that.
Using a fig leaf to cover up his wood.
Oh, jeez, I'm going to go find it again. Just give me a second here.
Stand back, burrito!
Colby, number 5. Punisher. Says he only has a recognizable T-shirt.
Right.
Not a full-blown costume.
No, not really. Unless you're watching like the old Spider-Man cartoon. It was kind of a bluish situation with white gloves. I mean, comic books, he's had it. But for the most part, as the new incarnation, especially now that Bernthal's back as Punisher, I don't know if you haven't heard any Mystery Shotguns and this is your first one, then if I'm breaking news to you, then congratulations, you would have heard this like a year ago. Mm-hmm. But Bernthal is back as the Punisher, and so, yeah, he's not going to – I mean, he's kind of taken over the logo on front, but for the most part, yeah, that's all there is.
By the way, that might be one of the most badass logos of anything I've ever seen in my life.
It's that one. And, of course, the bat symbol.
Dude, we might need to do a fan stream sports variation of both the Batman logo and the Punisher logo.
Just mix them together.
Yeah.
It'll kind of look like Wolverine's skull.
Probably.
Basically.
I'd be okay with that. Colby, number 4 on the list, Professor X, because he wears whatever he wants people to see.
True. True. Now, the times that he has walked in the comic books, like something happened and he gained the ability back to walk or whatever,
Right.
he's donned like the X-Men like uniform situation.
Right.
But for the most part, it's basically his chair that lets everybody, it's all decked out in X-Men get-ups and stuff. So
number 3, Nick Fury.
yeah, besides the patch.
It's the patch.
Besides the patch. And of course, if you've watched it enough, you realize that sometimes he just decides which eye that patch is going to go on.
A little questionable.
Yeah. This eye.
This eye is crying. Number 2, Colby. Silver Surfer. Because he's naked.
He's got his Silver Surfer drawers on.
Well, not in the picture they're showing here. It just says he's completely silver naked.
Well, okay. Yeah. Some artists have drawn it just straight nothing because he's just covered in silver goop.
Says he almost never wears any clothing, especially when in action in space.
Right. I think it was I'm thinking it was for some of the times he's been on, cartoons or whatever.
Right, you got to put something on him.
They've drawn, I mean, it was still silver.
Yeah.
His drawers, but they've drawn lines where, hey, he does have on drawers.
Probably smart.
Yeah, so.
Kids are watching. And finally, Colby, number 1, Hercules. Says he's just a demigod who's semi-clothed.
Pretty much. Now, there's telltale signs for Hercules a lot of times where he's got like on the fur or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's Hercules. You can tell them apart. Really and truly, though, you can go through a lot of Marvel. Like Thor's not wearing a costume. That's just what Asgardians look like.
Yep.
So, I mean, Iron Man, yeah, that's a costume, but without that,
he's not Iron Man.
He's not Iron Man, so it's kind of needed.
Right.
There's a few of them that you go through, and they're not really wearing costumes. They're just that's part of it. That's who they are. So,
very good. Well, there is your impromptu Colby and Tim. Well, Colby, I was just here. Mystery Shotgun.
And for those that know, we will be having you guys a lot more information in the future and quicker to the trigger of delivering that to you once we get going a little bit more on this daily grind.
Definitely.
So, but there you are.
All right, Colby. God, still you. Are you ready?
I am ready. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you, you, for making us sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. Let's go to Minnesota.
Rather not.
Where we're going anyway. So the reason why we're going, and by the way, I'm trying to talk my phone into letting me.
By the way, Johnny commented on the chat here, Gani Gerber, when we were trying to decide between Rambo and somebody. He said, this is easy. When you have a one-word name, it wins. Rambo, first name icon wins.
Nah, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Well, he's probably never seen any of them. Like he's never had a candy bar.
True, but it's Die Hard.
Gani Gerber.
So there's that. All right, let's go to Minnesota where there's some things going on with the Amish in Minnesota.
Oh, no. I didn't know there was Amish in Minnesota.
Apparently there is, and apparently they've been fighting a long, hard road on the old court battles as the people in charge are really thinking, hey, you Amish folks, I know you're like trying to be as primitive as you can and all this kind of stuff, but we're going to need you guys to install septic tanks.
Oh, no. Are they not?
They
Doesn't seem sanitary.
They don't want to install septic tanks. That's not how they've done it, and they're not going to do it, damn it.
Ooh. I might be on the state side on this.
So they won. They won their court battle, and now all the Amish in Minnesota are able to go back to pooping in a hole.
Just fling their poo.
Just know they bury it. They go out, and they poop in a hole.
You think they have specifications for the hole? Like, it's just known by the Amish, like it has to be at least 3 feet deep.
It might be an outhouse that they've dug a hole, they poop till it's filled, and they cover it back up, and then they move the outhouse over a little bit.
Seems like that part of your property would stink.
I'm guessing over time the poop just
Hope nobody's digging for buried treasure over there.
compost. Next thing you know, one of your kids is running out because they're bored because, they're Amish.
They can't play games.
So they just start digging holes and they find the poop center of the lollipop.
Ugh,
That's bad.
that's terrible.
That's bad, but congratulations, Amish people in Minnesota. You can
win.
You can poop in holes now. Don't mark that. Let's go to Las Vegas. A Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department police report, that's redundant, recounts an incident that started with a fight at one Las Vegas Strip casino. Is it on the Strip and it's a casino, or is it a strip casino?
Ooh, I want to go to a strip casino.
Or you just like gamble? Do you gamble your clothes or the ladies' clothes, or?
I feel like you gamble, but the waitresses are naked.
Okay. And the fight ended up at a different casino with a man standing atop a card game table, totally nude and exposing himself to onlookers. Police say the Las Vegas man was gyrating atop a poker table.
We've all been there.
I don't know what kind of fight this was, and they don't really go on to describe this fight, but let me just say, if you're in a fight at one casino, you're in a fight, and the fight lasts all the way to a different casino, and at the end of the fight, somebody else or one of the people in the fight end up butt-ass naked on top of a poker table, shaking his penis at onlookers. I don't know if you guys know how to fight. 1. 2, if that's what happened to him, what happened to the other guy?
I don't think that scene was in Con Air.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Should have been.
I don't know how, as a fight's happening, does it move from one casino to another? Is there just coordinated punches and dodges?
Well, maybe they stopped fighting and then they ran into each other again at another, like, one group left because they're like, look, we're done, whatever, we're just going to walk away. They go to then the other group shows up at other casino.
Right.
And they're like, screw it, this is our casino, our strip casino.
I'm wondering if at the first casino, when the fight was happening, if this guy that ended up gyrating just got his ass kicked.
I mean,
and then maybe at the second casino, he was like, you know what? You're not going to fight me if my penis is out. And then he just drops trowel and takes his shirt off. He's like, you're not going to fight a naked man. Look at it. You don't want to fight that. I'm going to whip you. I don't know.
Marking all of that.
I can't imagine how that happened, but I can, because I just told you how my brain said that happened. So there you go. Let's go to Delaware, which Samuel Waters, he's a police officer. He's a police officer in Delaware, and he was arresting a guy at a convenience store, one Dwayne Brown, and so as he's walking up to Dwayne, his body cam malfunctions because he reached up and turned it off, and then turned Dwayne around and slammed his head into a wall.
Seems like that was unintentional.
Right. Because here's the problem. Samuel, first of all, it's a bad thing for you to do. Secondly, you're at a convenience store. They have cameras for security reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So even though you turned your body cam off, there's still cameras. He was convicted of a assault in the 3rd degree. So yeah. By the way, Dwayne Brown, they ended up going ahead and just canceling out his little charges.
Whatever his charges were.
Yeah, they weren't big enough to worry about it. So
they want to go to court.
And I say this every time I end up with one of these stories. Cops are people. You're going to have, and every time you get in a group of people, there's good people and there's bad people. And it's really hard to wean out who's the good and who's the bad, because There's a lot of good fakers out there. So when you hear stories like this, don't end up going, every cop's a bad guy. Just know that there are some out there that are, and there are some out there that will do everything they can for you. So,
And we have had stories. You've had stories on News and Notes of both.
yes, we've done both. So I'm not trying to side anywhere, but this guy is obviously not a good one. So there you go. Let's go to Iceland, where
Good day, mate.
they're having volcanic issues.
Uh-oh, isn't the whole island like a big volcano?
Pretty much. But here's the stupid thing. This is one of the things that lets me know that humans on this planet are as dumb as I think they are. Because Iceland has put out a public warning to tourists and people that live in Iceland to stay away from the erupting volcanoes.
Is that necessary?
Please stay away from the volcano erupting with lava and noxious gases. They had to issue a warning, which just like when you stare at the warning, do not leave your babies in the car or on top of the car. That's because it's happened multiple times that they had to start issuing warnings. The volcano situation, they have to issue a warning because people are like, well, they would have something blocking me from going up here unless they didn't want me to.
Oh, my God, people are stupid, Colby. Those are the same people that need to be told at the gas station, do not ingest the fuel.
Right.
It doesn't taste good.
Probably not great for your digestive health.
No. Cleans you out, though. The high octane.
Let's go to a British cruise ship where you want to talk about bad timing. Here's some bad timing.
Iceberg dead ahead.
No, not quite. So there's a mass hunting tradition in near the capital of Tórshavn.
Tórshavn.
Yes, I'm just going to say it real fast.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So in this tradition is a mass hunting tradition where 78 long-finned pilot whales, also known as a species of oceanic dolphins, are hunted and killed. This was taking place, the mass killing of these dolphins, right as soon as the British cruise ship pulls up.
No better time than the present.
Can you imagine? On floor 5, we are having shuffleboard. The casinos are open on floor 2, and if you look to starboard side, you can see a mass murdering of all dolphins.
For you animal haters, we have a special treat.
It's the dolphin. It's effing Flipper is out there, and they're just bashing Flipper. 78 Flippers.
I mean, maybe there were bad dolphins.
That's just to keep it's just to keep that part, the dolphins' population, a little under control because they can get overrun.
Maybe it was like Dan Marino, Ricky Williams.
But it would no. It wasn't because of the isotoner gloves.
Take care of the heads and take care of you.
It was. I just can't imagine you're enjoying your vacation. You look over and like, what's going on over there? Oh God! No! It's like going to visit the forest with on a field trip, and you run out there, and that's just when the hunter bagged all his deer for the season.
Oh, poor Bambi.
In front of you.
Poor Bambi.
So the British cruise ship had to offer an apology to all its passengers for, well, just awful timing is what they said. They try and work it out when they're not docking at the exact time this mass hunting is going on, but the timing was off, mainly because the mass hunting was delayed by a day because of weather.
Yeah, we can't hunt dolphins. The weather's too bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's that.
Greatest cruise ship story ever.
Let's go back to Las Vegas, where this man was obviously on his way to a Michael Bay film. As Las Vegas man accused of driving 96 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone while intoxicated with a trunk full of illegal fireworks. Good God! If that hadn't ended with him being pulled over and would have ended with a wreck, can you imagine? Almost 100 miles an hour?
Would have been a show.
A trunk full of illegal fireworks.
Right above the gas tank.
Right. It would have probably ran into like the giant gas tank, like the giant diesel with the whole gas truck. Just hit it. The fireworks go off and the whole thing goes up. I mean, it's total Michael Bay.
In slow motion.
Yes, of course, in slow motion with some lens flares for added.
Dude, we should get Michael Bay to direct our show.
That'd be amazing.
But we'd just be in slow motion the whole time with explosions behind us.
Of course. As the one South Park episode was trying to get somebody to make the South Park movie or whatever actually inside the show, and they were trying to get Michael Bay to direct it, and they were like, so what would be kind of the plot of everything, Michael? And he's all like, well, there's a scene, and then boom,
That's
yeah,
the
but
scene.
what's the plot of it? And he goes,
It's every Michael Bay movie.
and I love it, Tim.
That's not. I didn't say it was a bad thing.
And finally,
Although he butchered Miami Vice.
he really didn't. I was okay with
Wasn't
that.
a fan.
I was okay with that. Let's go to Lehigh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Lord.
And the reason why we're going there is because a bear suspected in theft of backpack with jerky and beer.
Sounds like a party.
So a curious creature apparently treated itself after it found a backpack filled with goodies. A bear is suspected of stealing a rucksack with a phone, jerky, birdseed, Heineken from the Gap View Mobile Home Park. I didn't even know there was a Gap View. I thought there was a Gap Store Mobile Home Park, and I was like, that's where all the Gaps went. The bag was later found by a farmer in a field, and the backpack and the phone were recovered, but not the birdseed or the jerky or the Heineken. In the article, it says the police are just hoping that the bear is over 21.
Where is this?
This is in Lehigh, Pennsylvania.
All right. I wonder if that's the same bear that stole the bicycle.
Right. He's like, man, I'm tired after bicycling this far.
Hope that guy's okay that hit me.
That's right.
Nobody knows what the hell we're talking about.
He looked real scared, but I found this rucksack and refueled on this beer and jerky. This is amazing.
I need another bicycle now.
I wanted to see the bear actually opening the beer because it was Heineken's.
Oh, yeah, twist top or pop top.
Pop tops.
Yep.
So,
Bears know how to use bottle openers?
I mean, Bear Teeth probably got that thing done, right? Probably even just bit some glass.
But if he swallowed the glass, it would still hurt a bear, right? You think?
Yeah, but I'm not thinking that the bear swallowed the glass. I'm just thinking it just broke it in his teeth and then
Like he does human skulls.
right.
Spits it out and eats the meat.
Slurps the brains out like a nice hash brown McFlurry.
Gross. I guess we're going to do that, huh?
Yeah, we are probably going to do that. But until we do, that's the end of this. And that's News and Notes, everybody.
Thank you, Colby Sapp. Thank you to me. Thank you to our sponsors, Turf Life, Orca Golf, Golf Central Magazine, Orion Golf. I think that's it for now. We got a bunch more maybe headed our way. We'd love to tell you all about them as soon as it happens. But that's it for the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim Show. We'll be back on Monday with the action movie bracket for the 1990s. So make sure you watch your movies and get caught up. You can play along with us.
Also, by the way, we are going to be making the mystery shotgun a lot more involved into the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim Show. So if you are a fan of that and you want to catch it live, be here when we're doing it so you know the news before other people know the news. That's how you do it.
Wow, that's a new slogan of the mystery shotgun. Know the news before other people know the news. Only on the Colby Sapp mystery shotgun. It's my Steven Seagal voice again. Anyway, we'll be back on Monday, 7 o'clock Central Time at fanstreamsports.com. Go download that app if you have an Android, the FanStream Sports app. iOS coming soon, I promise. It's coming. We're just waiting on Apple. And then the rest of us people that matter will be able to download it. It's the way we roll. Until Monday, boys and girls. Oh, still playing. We'll see ya.